Hello guys. So we're going to continue talking about Lunation 1275 and Pi, the circle, and then the Lion King and me and my father. So just a reminder that the director of the Lion King, he died on the first day of Lunation 1275, and Jesus Christ equals 1275, and the Lion King, Jesus is the Lion of Judah and the King of Kings, and the Lion King is the most father-son movie of all time, and my channel is the father-son channel. So just a little, just to set the stage there, just a little reminder about all that, and we're gonna start with the Circle of Life, the main song of the movie. It was the opening song, and it was released on May 31st, 1994. Just keep that in mind for now. Just remember in the last video, part 2, so I guess this is like part 3, but yeah, part 2, we talked about the life of Pi. And me and my father's connection to that as well, and Jesus saying I and my father are one. So I and my father are one is making a full circle, going back to the Father, starting with the Father, and then we go our own way, and we make our way back to the Father. So full circle. And this is a recap from my last video. So Jesus said that he's the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. So I took just the words, the Alpha, Omega, beginning, end, first, last. That equals 307. And in the last video, we were talking about the day that I became the same age that my dad was when I was born, which was this day here, 360 months after the release of Lion King, and a circle is 360 degrees. And it was the 307th anniversary of Freemasonry. Right, so to remind you guys, so Freemasonry, totally connected to the circle, as you can see here. Okay, just moving on. So that's why it's super important that it was the 307th anniversary of Freemasonry. That I turned the same age that my dad was when I was born, which was also 360 degrees after the Lion King released. So this was the verse that I got that from, and we're going to look at the whole verse. So Revelation 1:8, I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and ending, saith the Lord, which is, and which was, and which is to come, the Almighty. Well, this is one of them. I know it says it other places. I'll try to find where it says the first and the last as well. But yeah, so we'll just we're looking at this verse first, and it equals 968 in ordinal. So again, looking at the date that the song released, Circle of Life, May 31st, 1994, I was 968 days old. So this is completely the work of God, because I showed you guys in the last video how just through this, how the Alpha, Omega, beginning, end, first, last, how all this connected to the circle. This was all about the Lion King, because I might have the slide, but yeah, again, this was 360 months exactly after the release of Lion King. So this is absolutely God here. This is completely out of this world and beyond perfect. I was 960 days old when the Circle of Life from The Lion King, it released before the movie, because the movie released June. So this is technically released before. So like I'm not even gonna say what are the odds of this, because there is no, like, the odds are, it's impossible. That's the only answer. It's impossible for this to line up so perfectly. So it can only be God. It can only be God. So again, you are just witnessing the work of God through my life and what I'm finding about Lunation 1275 and The Lion King. Yeah, I think we can move on. I think this is clear. Okay, so this is the cornerstone of my channel. You'll see it in my bio, and I've been talking about it for a year and a half. And you'll hear other people talk about this verse like every now and then, but I don't see any other channels that are dedicating all of their work around this, and that's what I'm doing with me and my father, who passed away when I was 7 years old. And what else I was gonna say about that? Also, I'm the only one who's like using this in a way where I'm decoding the world events and showing how the world events are connected to this verse. So I'm going to show you that right now with everything I've shown with Lunation 1275. Okay, so John 10:30, I and my Father are one. Sorry, Casey May. And this number 1414 is, I've done a lot of work on this in the past. So 1414, when you look at this number here, 196, that's the 14th square, like 14 times 14. 1414. So looking at this number here, maybe if you've been keeping up with me, you'll be familiar with the way I convert numbers to dates. And if you are not familiar with that, so I took the number here, and most of the world would, this is the date that I would convert it to, how most of the world would write it, because it would be the 19th of June 2000. You know, the zeros don't count. So this is connected to this 196. So we're going to go from this date to the start of Lunation 1275. I think that's what the next slide is. Yeah. And it's exactly 307 months. From 19600, where 196 is the 14th square, 1414, just like John 10:30, I and my Father are one, is 1414. Yeah, to Lunation 1275, where Jesus Christ is 1275. It is exactly 307 months. Like I showed, Alpha, Omega, beginning, end, first, last is 307 in ordinal. So I added these back in to enhance the visibility. So yeah, so 19600. So that's the 14th square, and 1414. John 10:30, I and my Father are one, is 1414. So that date to the start of Lunation 1275, where Jesus Christ is 1275, is exactly 307 months. Alpha, Omega, beginning, end, first, last is 307. And remember, The day that I turned the same age that my dad was when I was born was the 307th anniversary of Freemasonry. Okay, moving on. That's just absolute perfection. Yeah. So to remind you guys about how old my dad was when I was born, he was exactly 1707 weeks. We talked about that a lot last video. So then, like I showed, this is when I turned 1707 weeks on the 307th anniversary of Freemasonry. And then I converted this into this date here, 1707. And 1707 to my birth, because remember I showed you last video that each because this is still how you write that date, even though it's 1907, and each of the centuries is significant to me. So I showed you 1807 last time, and then 2007. So now we're looking at 1907. So it's still 1707. And so it's 30,955 days. And we're going to convert it to this date here. But before we do that, I'm going to show you the 30,955th verse of the whole Bible. And this is the verse. This is the 30,955th verse of the whole Bible. And the temple was filled with smoke from the glory of God and from his power, and no man was able to enter into the temple till the 7 plagues of the 7 angels were fulfilled. So the smoke and the temple, this connects to 9/11. And my dad, he smoked cigarettes, and your body is a temple. So, him smoking cigarettes is how he got lung cancer, which is what he died from. So this is super connected to me. And again, that's the 30,955th verse of the whole Bible. So when you convert it to, and it also connects to 9/11, and then remember how the book Life of Pi came out the same day as 9/11. But we'll talk about that in a little bit again. So converting it to this date, 3955, March 955. And we're going to compare it to Lunation 1275, but we're going to use 2055. So again, like I mentioned, this is still 3955, just the upcoming one. So from the start of Lunation 1275 to 3955, it's 10643 days, just like how Father, Son is 106 and 43 in ordinal and reduction. So again, this is embedded into my birth and my dad's birth, because that's how we got this number. Okay, we'll reverse engineer this. So we got this number because this many days from this date to my birth. And this is significant because my dad was that many weeks old when I was born, and I was that many weeks old. 300 when it was exactly 360 months after the release of Lion King. And of course, the director of Lion King died on Lunation 1275, the start. So what I'm showing you here is, again, absolute God. That means that my birth and my dad's birth and his just focusing on both of our births was all lined up with the Bible and Jesus Christ and the Father and Son. Like, please go check my channel out and see how long I've been talking about Father, Son, and look for any other channel that is doing what I'm doing with the father son symbolism, and you will find no other channel. So the fact that this lunation is so connected to me and my father through gematria and the Bible, and then like even the movie Lion King, it's showing that God's timing was completely out of our control, and everything happened exactly when it was supposed to. So yeah, moving on. Okay, so this is what I was this is another recap. This is what I was mentioning. I should have just showed you the picture, but yeah, so from the release of Lion King to that day when I became 1707 weeks, the same age my dad was when I was born, exactly 360 months. A circle is 360 degrees. Okay, so father, son, that equals 380 in Latin. So going from the release of the circle of life to, we talked about this last video, the book The Life of Pi came out on 9/11/01, the exact day of the attack. This book came out. So when you go from the circle of life to the Life of Pi book release, it's exactly 380 weeks. And again, 9/11 is significant to the father and son becoming one, because the two towers became one, as you know. So unbelievable. This is completely unbelievable. And also considering that I was 992 days old when the circle of life came out. And sorry, where's it at? Oh, did I ruin it? Wait, where is it? Oh, I ruined the surprise. Sorry. So this, yeah, so I was 968 days. Oh wait, sorry. What am I saying? I'm tripping out. So I was 968 days, yeah, when the Circle of Life came out. And then from the Circle of Life to the Life of Pi is 380 weeks, and Father Son is 380. Do you guys see? Is this clocking to you? Please tell me this is clocking to you, because we have evidence of God, we have proof of God here at my channel, and I want you guys to be part of this discovery, because it is being, like, we're doing it here, like it's legit. Oh my god, I spelled circle wrong, sorry. Whatever. But yeah, we have proof of God here at my channel, and I still need to figure out how to really get this out to the world, but like right now I'm documenting it through YouTube, and yeah, you guys are at least like the first to like helping me get this like off the ground. But I know that this information is going to get to the world soon. It will. It has to. There's no way it's just going to stay on YouTube. It's going to get out to the world. So we got to figure out how to make that happen. But for now, here's this. And thank you for being here too. Okay, so this is where it gets insane. Okay, so father, son, and my name Sean and my dad's name Ricardo. So just our first names, Sean, Ricardo, father, son, 992 in Fibonacci. That's how old I was when The Lion King released. See, are you guys like? This is. I know you know. I know you know. I'm not even gonna have. I'm not gonna keep saying it. I know you guys know what you're looking at. I know you guys know that you are just seeing the work of God Almighty through my life. And this is legit. Okay, so the premiere of the movie was the 15th, but the actual like wide release, like the real release of the movie was June 24th, 1994, 360 months before I became the same age that my dad was when I was born. So that was 9. Like this movie, the movie just came. It was timed perfectly around me. I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. Like, what else am I supposed to say? There's nothing else I can say. Like, that is what it is. This movie was it was lined up perfectly around me, and for Lunation 1275 as well. You know that I'm showing you. I don't know what I was gonna say, but just think again. Consider the director of The Lion King. After everything I'm showing you, and the director of The Lion King, unfortunately died on the first day of Lunation 1275. Father, son, Sean Ricardo. My name is Sean. My dad's name is Ricardo. Father, son, 992, and I was 992 days old when The Lion King released. After everything I showed, so we'll do a short recap. I think I have one more slide. Oh, okay, that's for next time. So yeah, I'm gonna keep this. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah, so we'll get to the Great Conjunction next time. So I'm probably gonna make a part 4. So this is gonna be the recap. We're gonna go from the top, and I'm just gonna kind of speed through it, no rambling. Alpha, Omega, beginning, end, first, last, 307, ordinal. This is Jesus. And from the founding of Freemasonry to the day I became the same age that my dad was when I was born, 1707 weeks, which I'll show. It was the 307th anniversary of Freemasonry being founded. Freemasonry, all about the circle, right? Revelation 1:8, I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the ending, saith the Lord, which is, and which was, and which is to come, the Almighty. That verse equals 968 in ordinal. And when you go from the release of Circle of Life, well, my birth to the release of Circle of Life is 968 days, just like Revelation. Revelation 1:8 is 968. John 10:30, the cornerstone of my channel, I and my Father are one, is 14:14, and 14 times 14 is 196. And then we're gonna go from 19:6 to the first day of Lunation 1275, and it's exactly 307 months on the nose. To recap again, the 307 comes from this: Alpha, Omega, beginning, end, first, last. And then, yeah. Just to show you again, from my dad's birth to my birth is 1707 weeks, and I became 1707 weeks on this day that was 360. I think I'm going to show it. 360 months after the Lion King released, and the circle is 360 degrees. So from 1707 to my birth is 30,955 days, and convert that into this date, 3955, March 9th, 55. So the first day of lunation 1275 to March 9th, 55 is 106, 43 days, and father son is 106 and 43, ordinal and reduction. And this is what I was talking about, 360 months from the release of Lion King to the day that I became the same age that my dad was when I was born. 307th anniversary of Freemasonry. Father, Son in Latin equals 380. And from the circle of life, the release to the release of the Life of Pi, the book, 9/11/01, is exactly 380 weeks. Father, Son. Father, Son, my name and my dad's name, Sean Ricardo, is 992 in Fibonacci. And I was 992 days old when the Lion King released. And that is it. So thank you again. Stay tuned for part 4. Thank you guys for the people who have been very supportive in my last few videos and who have recognized how divine these connections are, because I'm not the one who put all this stuff in place. It's all God, and I know that He is revealing all this crazy stuff to me so I can reveal it to you guys, so to help show how real He is, to give you empirical evidence of His proof. And I know this is like the first of a kind, and hopefully we can all help to, I don't know, get this to the world, or figure out, like, I don't know, we gotta figure something out, because I know this needs to get out to the world. So think about that later. But yeah, just keep in mind how crazy all this is with the lunation, 1275, with that being Jesus Christ, and then the Lion King director dying on the day that lunation started, and everything I'm showing you with the circle and pi. And just to remind you guys, I'll end it with one more slide. This one here, circle, is 50, and the 50th triangular number is 1275. Just perfection. So thank you guys. Take care. See you in the next one. And bye.